Meet Sarah. She's 40 years old, makes $65,000 a year, and has exactly $0 saved for retirement. Now, here's the crazy part. She can still retire with over $1 million. But if she waits just 5 more years to start, that number drops by almost $300,000. Not because of the stock market, not because of inflation, purely because of time. And that's what most people get wrong about retirement planning. They think it's about how much you save. It's not. It's about when you start. Now, real quick before we get into the numbers, if you're serious about getting your money right, hit that subscribe button right now. John Explain Finance. 1 video a week, no jargon, no fluff, just the financial stuff that actually matters. All right, let's break this down. When you think about retirement, what comes to mind? Probably some far-off thing you'll figure out later. Maybe you're contributing a little to your 401k and hoping for the best. Here's the problem. The average retirement in America lasts about 20 to 30 years. That's 2 to 3 decades with no paycheck. Social Security replaces maybe 40% of your income, and that's if it's still fully funded when you retire. All right, let's get to the number everyone wants, but nobody actually calculates. How much do you need? The rule of thumb is called the 4% rule. Figure out how much you want per year in retirement. Say $50,000. Multiply by 25. That's your number. $1.25 million. Why 25? Because if you withdraw 4% each year, your money should last at least 30 years, even with inflation and market swings. Now let's go back to Sarah. She's 40, no savings, wants to retire at 65. 25 years. If she invests $500 a month into an S&P 500 index fund at 10% historical return, by 65 she's got about $590,000. Here's the mind-blowing part. She only put in $150,000 of her own money. The other $440,000? All compound growth. But if Sarah had started at 35, same $500 a month, same 10%. By 65, she's at $1.1 million. 5 extra years almost doubled her retirement. So where do you put the money? 3 accounts. First, 401k, especially if your employer matches. If they match 5%, put in at least 5%. That's free money. Do not leave it on the table. Second, Roth IRA. After-tax money grows tax-free. Withdraw tax-free in retirement. For 2025, contribution limit is $7,000. Third, standard brokerage. Once you've maxed out the first 2, overflow goes here. 3 mistakes that destroy retirement plans. 1. Waiting. We already did the math. 5 years can cost you hundreds of thousands. 2. Being too conservative. If you're 30 years out and your money is in bonds earning 2% while inflation is at 3%, you're losing purchasing power every year. Be aggressive early. 3. Cashing out your 401k when you switch jobs. Taxes plus a 10% penalty plus destroying decades of compound growth. Roll it over. Do not touch it. The simplest retirement planning blueprint. 1. Figure out your number. Annual need times 25. 2. Contribute to your 401k up to the match. Non-negotiable. 3. Open a Roth IRA. Automate monthly deposits. Even $100 matters. 4. Invest in broad market index funds. Low fees, set and forget. 5. Every time you get a raise, bump contributions by 2 to 3%. You won't feel it, and it compounds massively. 5 steps. Math and discipline. That's it. Here's the bottom line. Retirement planning isn't about being a genius. It's about starting early, keeping it simple, and staying consistent. Sarah at 40 with 0 saved can still retire comfortably, but she has to start today. Not tomorrow, not next year, today. And if you're younger than 40, you have more time than Sarah. Do not waste it. Like this video if it helped, and I'll see you in the next one.